Friday evening, we're going to have live music, right? And we are going to have spectacular fireworks. It's America's 250th birthday. It's going to be a year-long celebration at America's racetrack. So Friday will be party, live music, and fireworks. So it'll be
Yeah.
great.
We're at episode 135 of the Drag Drive Repeat show presented by Summit Racing.
Minimum of 125 racers on day one or 200 pre-registered racers. So that's to make the event part of the World Championship points. That is going to be the same as it was before. Street Weekend UK is now eligible since they have grown to 4 days of racing. So again, they were 3 days of racing prior. Now they are at 4 days, which then allows them to be part of the World Championship points. One updated rule here is one that's been talked about quite a bit before. We allowed one 8th mile event this year, and going forward, we're going to allow 2 8th mile events. So when you look at the numbers of 8th mile events versus quarter mile events, obviously there's quite a bit of movement towards the 8th mile. Obviously, we've had tons of conversation about 8th mile versus quarter mile. So one of the big changes is we are going to allow 2 8th mile events instead of just the one for the World Championship points. Some other updates here for points. 6-second quarter mile average gets the 4 bonus points, but the difference here is on the 8th mile, the conversion for 6 seconds is going to be 4.1 to 4.49 second for 8th mile. Hey, welcome back.
Hey, buddy. Sorry about that. I have no idea. This is so weird. All right. Yeah. So you're talking about 2 8th mile events. That's a big deal for this year.
Yep. Yes.
That came at the request of a lot of people. Several folks mentioned that. And then, lead on, man. Lead on. I'll be here to back.
Just talking about the changes in what the times are for the 6-second quarter mile to the 8th mile there. It's going to be, like I said, 4.1 to 4.49. That's going to be your 4 points. Previously, that was 4.1 to 4.99.
Yeah, and then 7-second quarter mile stuff relates to 4.5 to 5.249 for 8th mile times. This is going to really increase my workload, but I think it's worth it, to be honest with you. That used to be 5.0 to 5.49, so this is a much quicker gap. But 5.249 equates to about a 7.98 or 7.99 quarter mile ET.
Tom here saying, I know it's snowing here in Ohio, but looks like Michael is the one freezing.
Dude,
well played.
That's
well
a good
played.
one. That's a good joke. Yeah. Summit Racing Speed Legacy began way back. Dude, we're almost to 60 years for them. One-man startup and is now the world's speed shop. 4 facilities, 200 plus catalog editions. They fuel your passion, save you money, deliver fast, and offer top-notch customer service for more than 1,500 brands. Download the Summit Racing mobile app or use our link, the affiliate link that you can find down in our Facebook page. It's the top pinned post there. And then everywhere you see Summit Racing on dragdriverepeat.com takes you right to there using the affiliate link. So you can also find them on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and on the On All Cylinders podcast for more automotive discussions like what you're watching here, from humble origins to the social media lane.
Summit Racing stands by your need for speed. Again, find everything on summitracing.com.
Yeah, 8 seconds moves to 5 1/4 all the way. I kept 5.99 on that one for easy math, and then the 9-second ET stuff will go for quarter mile. Will actually go. That's 9.0 to 9.99. This will be 6.0 to 6.36, which is what 10.0 kind of relates to within the NHRA books and things like that. So that was previously 6.50 on that one. So for a lot of the racers that ended up at events, they had like a 650 index, or they would have a 640, which really kind of hurt them a lot of the way. So 636 will keep all of that out of the way.
Nice. And a couple other updates here. So official event route covering more than 900 miles is going to be 1 additional point, and more than 1,150 miles is going to be 2 additional points.
Yeah, those are big jumps there. We've never done mileage bonuses, but again, another thing that people have asked for really every year, they've asked for that. But we never wanted to push people towards a certain event because of additional points. But with 11 events qualifying or 12 events qualifying, hey, get in where you fit in. That's the way it's going to work for this. And then 10-0 points champion now has a minimum 8th mile ET average of 6:36. Before that, it was 6:50, kind of following along with that 9-second bonus point. So essentially, if you run 10-0 and slower to win that 10-0 championship, you need to win classes. You need to podium, you need to place, you need to do events, all that kind of stuff. So the 6:36, again, will open up that opportunity for a little more speed, a little more, because some folks run right up to that 10-0 number. And if that's in an 8th mile deal, we don't want them to be hurting as well and not have the chance to win the class simply because we put a 650 cap on it. So anyways, take all of that. This is all on the website too, dragdriverpete.com /world champion. You can find all of that on the site. It goes into great detail, and I didn't put it in the notes, but dude, show the photo, man. I'm so excited about this. Y'all don't even understand. So there's your top 3. Of course, this took way longer than it should have. I literally worked on this for like 5 hours trying to get it onto the website. I have no idea why it took so long. But Squarespace fights us. That's who does our website hosting, and finally got the sizing right. You can literally go through. There are 2,800, almost 2,800 names on here. I put in your total event attendance there in the first column, eligible event attendance next, and then your eligible points from there for your Dragon Drive World Champion stuff. So if you have any sponsors that are wanting to see that stuff, you can show them that. But then also you can run through there and see, where you stood. Where did you place? I mean, there's basically to the top 100, those are in order. If there were ties in points, I sorted those by ET averages, basically across the 2 or 1 or 3 events, whatever you have. So it'll be based on whoever was the quickest of those tied points numbers. But after 100, hey, be glad you're on the list, because that is a ton of work, dude. Ton of work. So
I can imagine.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that obviously, like 26 points is what you get just for finishing an event. I think there's like 1,000 of those of 26 points where they just finished. But what's really fun is like way down at the bottom, when there's anything less than 26 points and 1 event, those folks didn't make it more than 3 days at a Dragon Drive event. So it's pretty crazy when you start looking down through there and seeing all those. So anyways, I don't know why that took so long to do, but it did. And it was frustrating as heck.
I can imagine.
Yeah. The Eric White should be on top of that list. Yes. Maybe one day when he's racing a fast car. Race Car Friends members, tomorrow is the day we're doing a private live stream tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain for a Rocky Mountain Race Week entry and a circuit entry. So listen, I sent out an email just before this live stream started that asks you please fill out the form that I sent out before. This is for people that are interested in events. We have, roughly 72 people now, I think, on the Race Car Friends member list. I don't want to miss anyone because they missed an email. So I want to draw for as many events as we can. We have like 11 events that have given us free entry. I don't want to miss somebody just because they missed a form. So definitely get in there. And then up next is Big Sky Race Week. We'll be drawing on it on January 27th, live with Austin. That's a Tuesday night. So again, another private live stream that will then go live a couple days later.
Pretty awesome. Pretty good deals there for the Race Car Friends membership group.
Yeah. $10 a month and get a chance to win a $600 entry for free. Come on.
Yeah.
Just real quick, Dustin Carlington here saying 376 is equivalent to a 980 with standard correction factor. Yes, that may be true, but we use 1.545 simply because a 153 is really like turbo, more pull backside, and then like a 156 is more NA stuff. So we use 1.545. That's all put down in the thing as well.
Yeah, and then Buckeye Skip saying we use 630 for 990.
Yep, pretty close. Circuit updates, registration, dude, Friday morning.
Yeah, you nervous?
Oh my gosh. So anxious. We have a new system we're using this year. So I've been through that like 12 times, just trying to make sure all the times for these things to start are correct. So I've been slowly emailing some of the people that get free entry, like the class winners from the short circuit, or like Nick Schaff when he won one of the entries the other day from Mali. You know, I've been kind of messaging those guys to make sure that system works and there's no struggles. But yeah, we go live Friday morning and expect 200 plus people to sign up by Saturday morning at 10 a.m. It's going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm ready. And then Summit Racing, big shout out to the guys over there. They are providing a $250 gift card for us to give away, which is perfect timing for that because these people last minute, you're buying stuff for your car to go to the circuit. So we are offering a $5 decal. Every purchase of the decal offers you an opportunity into for a chance to win this $250 gift card. That is only available to people that end up with a racer ticket from the circuit. Only racers. So this should end up, this $250 from gift card should end up, helping a racer that's coming to the circuit, hopefully. Anyways, and then we'll draw for that winner next week. Episode 136 right here on the Drag Driver Pete Show.
That'll be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. I'm excited. So,
event updates. Adam Dory with the That's Cool Drink podcast has Tom Bagley coming on January 28th. That's going to be an awesome episode there. So make sure you guys got that on your schedule. Again, Adam Dory's That's Cool Drink podcast, January 28th with the one and only Tom Bagley.
That'll be fun. That's like Tom will be in the States. So it'll be like days before Sick Week and him taking the car out. And then Friday morning, as well as the circuit, you have Rocky Mountain Race Week registration for 1.0 for veteran, which is their returning racer. And then public registration January 17th, that Saturday morning as well. Starts at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, and 9 a.m. Mountain, 8 a.m. Pacific, for all you guys that are trying to do the math on that. Then, of course, we're doing a giveaway tomorrow with Matt right here, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, live with our race car friends.
Awesome. Next week on the show, we've got Thomas West on as our guest, and this one's going to be a ton of fun. This guy, like you have here, says doer of cool stuff. He sure does a bunch of cool stuff. Did his first drag and drive, has a bunch of really fast stick shift cars. So going to be fun to talk to him next week about all that cool stuff.
Yeah, bring it on.
Hey, it's Brandon from Fort Smith, Arkansas here. Driven Racing Oil is a performance engine oil that can do it all. GP1 is the ultimate oil for any race or performance application. Whether launching hard at the drag strip, enduring the extreme heat of off-road and circle track, or pushing the limits in top-fueled drag boats and demo derbies, winning racers choose GP1. Compatible with engines from classic hot rods to cutting-edge race machines, GP1's unique surface cleaning and high zinc formulation ensures superior wear protection, particularly for flat tappet camshafts, while solving issues like cylinder washout with methanol and ethanol fuels. Crafted from the legendary Bradford, Pennsylvania base oil and enhanced with state-of-the-art additive packages, GP1 offers the best in protection and performance.
Oh, yeah, and you guys know the deal on that. DDR10 is the code to get a 10% discount on drivenracingoil.com. So make sure you're using that discount code if you're picking up anything over there on Driven Racing Oil.
And then they released 666 tracks and dates. And I know we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but this actually cements it. Saturday, September 26th, going to be at Mocan Dragway for day 0. The 27th, back at Mocan for day 1 of racing. And then it's Bonne Terre, Mid-State Dragway in Illinois. Then they're doing a drive day, which is kind of cool. I think somebody has said, or maybe I've speculated, that they're going to the start of Route 66. And then they're back, same 3 tracks, the other direction, which is kind of cool in my opinion. So I'll definitely be up for Mocan on Saturday, October 3rd. And then from there, I'm going to try and drive to Great Bend, Kansas to do day 1 of 2.0.
Nice. My plan is to catch day 3 at Mid-State, since that's not too far from me. Probably follow them on the drive day and possibly hit the day 4 back at Mid-State again. So that's kind of my plan for this one.
That's awesome, man. Bring it on. It's going to be cool. And then Speedfest, they are doing a 750 and an 850 index class shootouts. This is going to be really cool. cool. So it says both classes are invite only. Thought that was pretty interesting. They said they'll be competing for orange helmets, the first time that they've done that outside of a SICK event, which is pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And not only that, but the top 10 in each class will also receive SICK Week wild cards for 2027. We know how hard it is to get into SICK Week, and these wild cards, man, that makes it all worth it.
Yeah, for sure. All Stars Drag and Drive has opened up their registration for all of the Australian Drag and Drive racers. Probably none that are watching the show live because of the time difference, but anybody that may be watching this later, that registration is open. So again, all the Australian Drag and Drive racers, All Stars Drag and Drive, July 9th through 12th, that registration is open now. So that puts us up to 43 events for the year on the calendar right now. So if you want to check those out, you can find all of them at dragdriverepeat.com/event list-2026. And that link is in the chat now. So go check that out. Again, 43 for the year right now.
Yeah, that's pretty intense, man. I'll tell you, that's a lot already. You know, we ended up with 53 with 5 canceled or postponed last year. So 48 events by the end of the year. I think we're probably going to end up somewhere in that same ballpark again this year or more. I mean, dude, we're 5 short of what we hosted last year, and we're 14 days into the year.
Yeah.
Well, one of those events that we're talking about tonight is actually with our boys that'll be on here in just a minute. We're going to bring on Jason and Bill here momentarily. But again, thank you so much to Driven Racing Oil for all the support they give to all of the Drag and Drive community. DDR10 discount code over there for whenever you're shopping on drivenracingoil.com. This thing's going to be nuts. Look at like that flat piece that's above his right shoulder. That's the intake on this car. So I can't figure out what it is. I'm going to do some research. I'm going to find out.
Yeah, you got me wanting to like zoom in on the picture and all that stuff.
Yeah, right. It's got some 80s, late 80s, early 90s style wheels on it. I'm like, man. So he's been building a new YouTube channel called GTB Race Crew. It's on YouTube and TikTok both. So they're basically, this mystery build has some folks that are like some heavy hitters in Drag and Drive world going to build this thing. He did say 200 plus miles an hour is the goal. I didn't know. I asked him, is that quarter mile or land speed stuff? He didn't answer that. Freaking jerk. So it goes. Like Jared Bonnet was in here earlier. Jeremy Bonnet's in there helping. Clark Rosenstengel, Steve Morris. And dude, like the list of people that are involved in this thing is like basically a who's who of Drag and Drive racers. So this is going to be really fun to watch. And essentially, they said that they've been working with Keith Turk on rule sets. So, that doesn't answer the question either. I was hoping he would slip up in the video, like say something wrong. No, he didn't. He's got it figured out pretty good there. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Good job on there. And I'm excited about seeing this come together and all those cars, all those people put together something that will be, they said it'll be open to anybody on the team to race, which I think will be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Community project.
The next video of Ralph Boy's trip across Route 66 in the Eagle Talon that we've talked about here a few times, replace the transmission, all that kind of stuff. That video has dropped now. You can see that for those watching. 2,300 mile DSM road trip across Route 66, Cadillac Ranch, and finally making miles. Man, great job on this. Like, even the artwork and everything here is pretty awesome. Yeah.
And they've been having a blast. It really has me excited about some of the Route 66 trips we're going to be on this year. The circuit's there. A lot of the single day stuff we're doing is going to be on Route 66. 666, of course. King of the Open Road is doing some Route 66 traveling. I probably wasn't supposed to say that, but they're looking at that stuff. We've been talking, Jared and I've been talking. So it's going to be crazy, man. Big shout out to Ralph for doing this. This channel's great. I think this is like his 4th video from this series. Pretty awesome to fly in, work on a car for 3 days, and then take off driving and drive it 2,300 miles.
Yeah.
And then next up, of course, Deal Brothers Racing. These guys.
What's up, guys? My name is Cole from Fort Worth, Texas. Expert car and marine wiring solutions that you can trust. J-Wire Solutions can wire and plumb your hot rod, your race car, hell, even your drag and drive car. Plus, they offer products to make your driving experience way better, like their blinker module that is just a must for all drag and drive cars. This module will allow your rear turn signals to continue to function while the brake pedal is applied, just like stock. Find all the details at jwiresolutions.com.
guys, bringing the Phoenix Mustang back is what they're calling it. Have you been watching these videos? This is like my morning. I drop my oldest kid off at school and I come back and I turn on whatever new video the Deal Brothers have going on. They're like 45 minutes long. So it takes some time it takes you like a morning or two to get through them. But the car fired the other day. They've got all the radiator and coolant, and you see oil cooler here getting ready, or transmission cooler. I can't remember what he said on it, but this car's getting close, man, and it needs to. We got 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Pretty crazy.
And this next one, the last one here, this one's a really cool story here. Nick Taylor's dad, Todd Taylor, messaged us the other day and said, we will be competing in this year's Sick Week 2026 in Florida together as a father-son team. The car they are driving is a 1982 Camaro Z28 that Nick grew up riding in as a kid. They call it the Project Gen X 383 small block with nitrous. Again, Nick grew up riding in that car as a kid. Todd had to sell it during a divorce in the mid-2000s. 3 years ago, Nick bought it back from the gentleman that he bought it from and gave it back to Todd as a Father's Day present. How cool is that?
Dude, I think we talked about that. I feel like we talked about that one morning on the show or something. I'll have to go back about him buying the car back and giving it. It's just super cool, man. I'm really excited about this, to see these guys and do this, man. Like, listen, I'm telling you, that father-son stuff, that's pretty awesome. I hope at some point my daughters will like do some father-daughter fun bonding with me here, and we'll do some road tripping and drag and drive racing. They go to the circuit, but they're not in it yet.
Yeah. So you guys know you can follow Nick at Nicky Bobby Inc. everywhere on all socials, and you can follow Todd at Paws PAPAW Todd's Garage.
Yep. Yeah, this is going to be a cool one. Well, dude, that's our show.
Dude, what a show! Like, I have to say, this year, the guests that we've had, the shows that we've had, have been killer to start the year. So I'm super excited. Each show, by the end of the show, I'm just more and more pumped. Like I said, like, I need to figure out how to get to Summit Motorsports Park, and if I can make it happen for this turn and burn, I definitely want to check that out. But man, just another great show.
Yeah, I can't wait. This year's going to be crazy. I feel like we're moving into a whole other level of stuff, 90 or 135 episodes today, it's plus all the other news episodes we've done, which is probably somewhere in the 100 teens. I mean, dude, that's it's 460, 450 episodes of us live talking about drag and drive racing. Pretty crazy. And then next week, man, Thomas West, I can't wait. We got to hang out with him at PRI at the Sick Kart Chaos. Say that 3 times fast. And super cool dude. I can't wait to talk to him about some stick shift stuff. I don't understand any of that either. It's gonna be crazy next week. And then everything. Oh, hey, your dad says only 364 miles to Norwalk. Knock that out in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's literally on the screen next to my notes.
Oh,
I was looking at that earlier to see how far it was.
That's awesome. Well, let's bring in first up a guy that's been on here before, but dude, it's been a minute. It's been a hot minute since we've had Mr. Jason Moulton on here from Mickey Thompson Tire. Sir, how are you this evening, man? What do you got going on in your life?
Hey, I'll tell you what. I'm just excited to be here. So sitting out in the shop in Northeast Ohio. Snow's coming in, so
hopefully it's warm in there.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
But no, I'll tell you what, we're just a few weeks away from kicking the drag and drive season off. Probably already is unofficially started just because people are already testing. But no, can't wait to get down south and get on the track. So we've got some exciting things coming up this year, and I'm really pumped for it.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to get down there. Yeah. There's a lot of people testing at Bradenton and Gainesville and all those places. Yeah. I'm wishing I lived in Florida right now. That would be warmer, but not nearly as cold as you are. And a guy that's not far from you, and the first time that this gentleman's been on, Mr. Bill Bader Jr. Man, I want to say thank you right off the gate. Thank you for taking the time tonight to do this. I know you guys are both really busy, and we do this show live, which is fun because it lends to some comments, but we appreciate you guys taking the time. So, Mr. Bill, will you introduce yourself to everybody, what you do and all the fun stuff that you do?
Sure. My name is Bill Bader. I'm the owner of Summit Motorsports Park in Norwalk, Ohio. and I am entering season number 49. I started working with my dad when I was 10 years old. So I have been I have been in this business a minute, and we are a family owned and operated facility, very passionate about the sport, about the hobby, about car culture in general, and appreciate you having Jason and I on. Obviously, I'm a rookie at this. Jason has product placement with the Mickey logo over his left shoulder. I'm sitting in my home office, proudly displaying a Cowpens American flag. So shame on me. I will be better next time.
Eric, you heard it here first. He's coming back.
There you go, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, this will be fun. Tommy Dupree is summoned in here saying two of the best guys in our industry right there. That's what I'm excited about. You guys bring a whole different level of stuff than guests that we typically talk to. We have a lot of racers on this podcast here, a lot of conversations within the drag and drive community, and that's what we're talking about first. But then, after that, we're going to talk about some of the I sent you guys a message at State of the Union of drag racing, but we'll see where that leads us into some fun stories and things that you guys have done and all of that stuff. So let's start with that first. Let's start with what is coming up. You made this announcement at PRI. This is one of I'm excited about this event. So tell us what's going on, Jason.
So really, I don't even know where to start, but I guess I'll start probably at the beginning. That's usually a good spot. Last year we were testing at Summit Motorsports Park, and we were there with Alex Taylor, and there was some downtime. So we were just kind of kicking around the idea of, boy, it would be really cool just to maybe race at one track, this track. Mm-hmm. For a drag and drive event, but then go and see different things, because while the Taylors were in town, they were like, well, can we go here? Can we do this? And Ohio does offer during the summertime a lot of different attractions. And one of the things that they brought up was, and we had earlier in the week had participated in some soapbox derby challenges, let's say, where they have adult sized cars. And believe it or not, I actually fit in one. And we were able to go down the hill at the Akron Derby Downs, which is, it's got its own right of legacy to it. So we just started kicking around an idea, said, and we didn't know that this had already been done, but what about a drag and drive that was here at Summit Motorsports Park? Because the facility is incredible. We were testing, and sometimes you go to places and you're testing and the track's good. It's pretty good. And it allows us to test tires. But when we were there, this track was the same as it would have been for a division race, a national event, or any other event. It was really spot on. Whether you had a slick tire car or a radial car, this track was ready to go. And I thought, man, what a cool idea if we could ever pull that off. And, of course, there's ice cream. So, you got to throw that in there. And after a while, it just kind of started festering in my brain. And I talked to Bill about it. I said, what about this idea? Could we do something? And Mickey Thompson's reason for this is, we like being at the track. Who doesn't, mm-hmm. right? But one of the things that we look at is how do we grow the motorsport? How do we show the fun side of drag racing? How do we get the 15-year-old kid sitting on the couch going, hey, that's something I want to go do? Mm-hmm. And the great thing about drag and drive is you're competing mostly against yourself. You're out there and you're doing it with that same passion and enthusiasm of, I want to get in my car and see how fast I can make it go. It's not like, I got to make sure I cut a 002 light or else this guy's package is going to be better than mine. I'm going to get in my car and see how fast I can get it to go, and then I'm going to go cruise it on the street. So there's a lot of excitement. It's that original passion that what drew me into drag racing. I didn't have a drag car. My dad wasn't in the racing at all, but I wanted to take a car and build it and go to the track and see how fast I could get it to go. And then the next week, see if I could beat that. Mm-hmm. And that was the rush for me, getting in the car, letting the clutch out and seeing how fast it could go. So
attention racers and high performance enthusiasts, are you ready to start your next engine build? If so, there is no better time than right now to check out Mahle Motorsports all-in-one Power Pack piston kits. With over 1,200 applications, these kits come complete with pistons, rings, wrist pins, and clips, all designed to work together. Visit MahleMotorsports.com for more details. And for our podcast listeners, Mahle is spelled Mahle.
In order to try to grow the motorsport and show that excitement, get that kid to come out and see it. Mickey Thompson's interest in this is really to grow the motorsport, expand the motorsport, and the drag and drive events are a great way to do that. I personally believe that. And what a better place to do it than Summit Motorsports Park. Obviously, Bill's got a lot of passion for the sport. I may or may not have I got a lot of passion for the sport. But
a lot.
you know, and as I get older, you know, I'm getting to be a man of a certain age. I want to see those that next generation or the next two generations come up and start engaging in this. And I want to be there to help mentor them as much as I can. I don't know if everyone wants to hear what I have to say, but help bring them along. But hey, let's have a fun event. Let's have a fun event. Let's put some drag racing in it. Let's put some great people in it. And I think we pulled together a great team. I mean, when you look at the people involved in this, you know, you got Mickey Thompson. And when I pitched this to my boss, thank goodness the folks at Mickey Thompson that are above me can jump in on some of these crazy ideas that I have. I mean, it's if you take this to what's the business case, what's this and that, and I'm like, no, it's going to be cool. Don't worry about it. You know, you know, and then you've got Bill and his family at Summit Motorsports Park. I mean, you just can't beat the facility. You can't beat the people. You can't beat the hospitality. You know, great place to go and race. And then now, and I know he's not on here tonight, you've got Sick the Mag coming in and supporting the event. So it's going to be powered by Sick the Mag. And what that means is they're coming in and bringing their expertise from the drag and drive side to help make this event a success. So you've got, and there's going to be more, I promise you. There's going to be more, you know. So I'm really excited about it. That's kind of a backstory of how it got started, was some soapbox racing and some testing at a great facility.
And some what do you call it? Peer pressure from Alex Taylor. That's always a good one.
Alex has the uncanny ability to get people to do things that they probably shouldn't be doing. And we won't go back to any videos of me foot racing Derek at Byron. We won't talk about that. But no, I mean, we've talked to some people inside the industry on, does this sound like a good idea? And let's create some excitement about it. There's going to be, like I said, just a wonderful group of people. We're working on some, I'll say, special guests to come to the event. I'm just really pumped about it. I don't know what else to say.
Well, and one thing that I like, you guys rolled out the Mickey Thompson All-Stars at PRA, right? And so as that community grows, more people, like not everybody does drag and drive. It sounds weird, but not everybody does drag and drive. So those drag racers could end up here just testing and trying tires. Now they're like, hey, I would like to go drive my stuff. And then we end up with more drag and drive racers. I think it's great.
Yeah, we talked, I mean, obviously with Mickey Thompson, we go to a lot of different drag racing events, and we talk about the drag and drive at some of these other events. And people are like, you know what? It sounds like something I'd have fun doing with my son or my daughter, you know, going out and doing this. It would be a good time. And we see a lot of that. And it does bring that atmosphere to it as well. It was funny. I'm trying to remember the event. We went to so many events last year. I can't remember, but there was a young couple that showed up and they had a Fox Body Mustang, and they were just so excited all week. Like, we can't believe we're doing this. This is our first time doing this. And just seeing that excitement in people, I think it was great. Oh,
100%. And then on Bill's side, like with the park and the whole facility, having people there every day for 5 days, dude, it doesn't get better than that, because by the day 3 of the drag and drive, some of these folks have had 5 days of track time. This could be pretty interesting. We could see some real numbers fall here.
Yeah. Yep. And again, going back to the track, when we were testing, the track was on point. I mean, it really was. And, you know, we had some rain in there. They turned it around. We got back on track. It was phenomenal. And to your point, and that was one of the advantages that we talked about, was people are going to be able to dial their cars in, because we're going to have 2 days of test and tune. Mm-hmm. So you're going to be able to dial a car in before the event even starts.
Yeah, and that should help.
Yes. And I'm thinking of certain people. I won't mention their names, but they'll give them a great chance to make some really good runs come time that we enter the competition. So it's going to be a good event for everybody involved.
Yeah, that's for sure. Bill, what are you excited about for this thing?
I'm excited. I echo Jason's enthusiasm, certainly. And apparently I can just kick my feet back and let him, he's a pro. But Jason and I think we're both incredibly passionate about the sport. I think we both recognize that we are in the entertainment business versus the racing business. So when we throw open our gates, you're not coming to my racetrack, you're coming to my home. And our management team, our full-time folks, we have 430 event staff at Summit Motorsports Park. And and everybody buys into the idea that this is their home. And a year ago, we were in the middle of an event, and it was the Cavalcade of Stars, actually. And I walked out my office and I saw a woman who I didn't know deadheading flowers in the landscape. And I walked up to her and said, "Thank you for doing that. You don't have to." And she said, "No, this is our racetrack too." So the idea is that it really is a community of people. That's something my father started in 1973, and I'm very proud that we continue that same approach to what we do. So this is our home, no different than Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and we want people to enjoy themselves. We want them to be comfortable. We want them to be greeted with smiles and happy people and outgoing personalities and great food and clean bathrooms. And so we recognize that. I mean, you can pop open a lawn chair and sit on the side of a highway and watch cars drag race every minute of every day. So what happens on the track is part of the experience. But what happens, think about this, a 10-second car makes 3 runs a day. So Racer X just spent 30 seconds out of a 24-hour period driving his or her car. 30 seconds. So Eric or Mike, I don't know if you guys are hunters or into boats or whatever, but I'm going to say, Eric, I want you to take a week's vacation, go on your boat for 30 seconds a day, and then find something else to do. Think about that. Yeah. So what happens off track is as or more important than what happens in those 30 seconds on the racetrack. So Mickey is a wonderful partner. They could have taken this event anywhere, and they chose to bring it to my home, which I will be eternally appreciative of. And I think we've got an opportunity to do something really special.
Oh, I agree 100%. That's what some of the comments are saying here. Robert Vossi said this event is what it's all about. They're doing it for the right reasons. And we have only seen a few events over the years do a single location. And the more and more you think about it, the more it makes a lot of sense, because you can go different directions. You can change up, your route stops. You can do different routes. You can do a different way of looking at it. You can do different times of the day. I mean, all that kind of stuff that will help really, drive this thing home. I think it's going to be really cool. So let's talk about route stops. Where are we going, Jason?
So we really have 2 route stops, and maybe what I could do is, if it's all right, I could go through a little bit of the schedule at a high level. Mm-hmm. So the first 2 days, which will be Tuesday and Wednesday, again, I mentioned that's test and tune, but we're going to put a try and buy component to that. And for those who don't know what a Mickey Thompson try and buy is, it's something we've actually done at Norwalk for several years for their opening day. Is you can come up, consult with us, we'll help you choose a tire if you want to try something different, or you've never had a Mickey on your car. Come up and consult with us, and we'll help you choose a tire to try. If you like it, you can purchase it. If you don't, you just turn it back in. There's, for whatever reason, and we'll help you throughout the day. There's going to be people on site to help you watch you make your run, to consult with you after the run, and really try to give you that experience of trying a product that can help your race program. Because one of the things that we've looked at over the past couple of years is, my boss has looked at this as, Mickey Thompson is not the hero of the story. Mickey Thompson is one of the tools that gets the hero to achieve their goal. So whether that goal is winning a drag race, going down the street, having your truck and just looking cool, we want to be that thing that gets you your we call it a podium moment. And I really like that view of it. So with the try and buy, that's what we're trying to do. How can we help you achieve whatever goal it is you have, which is typically increased performance on the drag strip? We're going to be there to help you. And if for some reason, for whatever that reason could be, you're not satisfied, we just mount up your old tires and no harm, no foul. So we're going to do that for the first 2 days, which I think is exciting because, again, the people get a chance to dial their cars in. We can help them on site with some technical expertise. And I think this is really going to work out well. The third day gets into the racing. So that's Thursday. And it'll start like a drag and drive. We'll race on the track during the morning and early afternoon. And then from there, we're going to go to prison.
Nice.
So yes, we're all going to go to jail together. We're going to head over to the Mansfield Reformatory. And for those that don't know what the Mansfield Reformatory is, it was actually the prison that they used to shoot the Shawshank Redemption movie. And it's also noted as one of the top 10 haunted places in the U.S. So nice. I know there's people really excited about that. Now there's people like, I'm not going in that place. You don't have to go in, but you do need to get a picture of. And it's really a cool building, cool facility. They're going to have special parking there for us, so we don't have to worry about trying to mix in with the public. But it's just a great experience. It's not a very long drive from Norwalk, but it's a good, nice country drive through some nice roads, very scenic. If you like the farmland stuff, which I'm an old farmer, so I do. But it'll be a really cool experience. Very simple first day, then head back to the track or head back to your hotel. We'll take pictures along the way. We're looking at, and again, this is kind of a work in progress here. So there's going to be more things that we add as time goes on. And we know that May seems like it's far away, but it's not. Bill probably has
very close. Very close.
And I keep coming up with weird and crazy ideas. So, so that's the first day. We're just going to keep it simple, nice drive, go back. We're not trying to stress anybody out. Really just let's have a good time. The second day is one I'm really looking forward to because as you finish your drive on the first day, cars are still, let's call it in street mode. Mm-hmm. So we're going to leave it that way. Instead of going to the track in the morning, we're going to head over to the Akron Derby Downs. And every racer is going to get a chance to go down the Akron Derby Down, the infamous hill over there. It's close to the old Goodyear Aerospace. This hill's been around since the mid-30s. And if you watch it on TV, it doesn't do it justice. I mean, and I've helped out with that event a few times. And, I'm watching the kids go down the hill, and I'm like, okay, it's very cool. It's very cool. And I see the passion, but when you get in those things, you still kind of get those jitters or that little lump in your throat that you get with drag racing. Like, okay, I'm about to go down this hill. Don't screw it up. That's what's going through my head. And so every racer is going to get a chance to go down a hill. And we haven't quite figured it out yet if we're going to use that their time down the hill as part of the competition or not. We might factor that in, so we'll see how that goes.
How fun! So guys that are of a certain weight may do better, is what you're saying. So I got to figure this out.
Well, let me tell you a story about that real quick. I did race Alex, and she was in a legit soapbox car, and I was in a, let's say, adult size car. Aerodynamics trumps weight all the time. I got smoked. Okay. Bad.
Well, she's probably a better driver. Let's be honest.
Oh, well, there's no doubt about that. So,
that's awesome.
But it's a fun time, and the other thing that we're looking at here is, again, trying to attract that younger demographic, that bring the youth out and get them connected with drag racing. We're going to have some kids there from the Soapbox Derby, kind of helping guide the racers, give them tips. We want them to see 200 race cars pulling into the Akron Derby Downs and interacting with the racers, because the racers are going to want to talk about the race cars. The Soapbox kids are going to want to talk about, and they look at their Soapbox cars as that's my race. Yeah. It's very cool. And they talk about spending time 3 or 4 nights a week in the garage with their parents working on their race car.
Oh, how cool.
And the rules for the Soapbox, it's really incredible, because if a pro stock racer looked at the rules for Soapbox, they go, that's way too complicated. So but these kids really, it's a badge of honor if they make a rule up because of something they did. So they really got to put their minds and their hands to work. And that's what I love about it. And it's very similar to drag racing. So we want to try to make a connection there. So I think that's going to be really exciting for both sides. From the Soapbox, then we'll leave there and head over to Mickey Thompson for lunch. We'll have lunch at Mickey Thompson headquarters. And then from there, we'll go back to the track and start racing in the afternoon. And we'll race until dark. And then, Bill, I should probably let you take over from here, because I think we might have some, as the sun goes down, Norwalk comes alive. That's
right. That's right. It's no small secret that the Baiters have long enjoyed blowing things up. Friday evening, we're going to have live music, right? And we are going to have spectacular fireworks. It's America's 250th birthday. It's going to be a year-long celebration at America's Racetrack. So Friday will be party, live music, and fireworks. So it'll be a pretty cool way to wrap up. I'm excited about Friday too. I think that's going to be a pretty cool day all around. I was not invited to the Derby Downs, but I may try to sneak in.
You're absolutely invited, Bill. We'll have a little shootout.
It was
you and I?
It was in the mail, but it just hadn't got to you yet.
Yeah, exactly. So Friday will be cool. Friday night will be great fun.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are, man, telling Eric we need to go, man. We got to figure this out.
It's just, again, it's drag racing is fun. Yep. And I don't think Well, I think we could do a better job of trying to get people out there to experience that. And again, Norwalk is the experience, but you know, trying to incorporate all these things. I want the guy that's leading his class and the guy that's last in his class to have a good time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's, hey, you're preaching my language, man. All day, every day. That's what we're about over here. And
I'm trying to figure out how I can sneak in there too a little bit.
yeah, right. So but that only gets us to night 2. What are we doing to finish out?
So to finish out on the third day, which will be Saturday, it's just purely racing at the track. Now, so there won't be any drive or any destination. We're going to race to the track. We're going to have some exhibition vehicles. We've got some things that we're working on that are pretty big. And what I'll say, I'll kind of lead that out there a little bit, or leave that out there, that we're looking at a very large guest potentially coming to the event. So we're working on that. But you know, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have some autograph sessions. We're looking at, Mickey Thompson does off-road stuff too. And what's interesting is a lot of drag racers don't know that. And a lot of our off-road customers don't know that we do drag racing, which is just blows my mind. But so we're looking to get some Jeeps there with some big tires, and maybe we're going to crush some Priuses. I don't know. We're going to drive over something. I want to crush some vehicles, but we can't crush anything cool, you know. So
yeah,
let's pick on Priuses.
Well, and let's be honest, they deserve it sometimes.
They deserve it most of the time.
Yeah, I think you've got the right crew on here to talk about that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but we're gonna give people things to, as Bill said, entertain them on and off the track.
oh, for sure. Yeah, Vinny Barbone here, the world's fastest geo tracker. Yes, that doesn't have big tires. The one thing I will say for Prius owners is at least it still does have internal combustion engine. That's the only thing that hybrid is the future. That's where we should have started, not with this straight to EV stuff. Give me a big honking V8, but when I need some mileage, I'll keep my foot out of it. I promise.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. Not at all either. I love the idea of the autograph session. That will help folks that deserve an autograph session. That'll help a lot, because then they, folks aren't necessarily trying to stop them in the pits and all that kind of stuff. They'll actually have a time that they can do that as well. So that'll help a lot. Yeah, the party sounds great. Let's talk about classes. Eric, you want to run through the class names real quick, and then we'll have these guys talk about them.
Yeah, so classes, we've got unlimited and unlimited iron. We've got Pro Mod radial and 275 radial. We've got Super Street Outlaw, Gasser, Pro DYO, and DYO. That should be all the classes for the Drag and Drive, correct?
Yeah. Yep. And we tried to keep it, working with Tom over at Sick the Mag, he's got a great program. It works. Mm-hmm. The rule package works. People have their cars built to that. We changed it slightly just because of the tire stuff. We said, okay, let's try to make it a little more interesting with the tire piece. But the rest of the rules, I mean, they're really, Sick the Mag helped us out a lot with that. So, there could be a little tweak here and there, but I don't really foresee that. I'm really excited about it, especially the dial your own classes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll do it. I mean, but it gives everybody an opportunity, and we're talking to some of the local technical schools, some of the high schools about, hey, bring your shop classes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, check it out. Check this thing out. This is gonna be cool. So, one of the technical colleges, I mean, we're even talking about maybe a match race on Saturday.
Oh,
so
fun.
Yeah, just again, this is a sport where you can definitely come in and participate at any level and have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So come on out and do it.
Right. Well, let's talk. When can people sign up for this? I mean, we got like Tanya Grabiak over here. I'm sure she's begging to drive Jay's car.
Yeah. So right now, as far as registration, we got to pick a date. It's going to be soon. I promise.
We are hoping to put. We already have a waiting list for trackside electric motorhome, non-electric camping. We've got a list of, I think, 40 plus guests that are chomping at the bit to buy tickets. So, and Jason and I didn't talk about this. So
Yeah.
we were hoping Monday, February 2nd, that tickets were going to go on sale, tickets to Mickey Thompson Turn and Burn.
That's
And I
awesome.
suppose we could be prepared, and maybe we're not. We need to talk about that. But could we be ready to take registration on sale, Jason, or are we a little bit away from
I
that?
no, from my perspective, I think we're ready to go from that. I mean, if you want to do it on February 2nd, the registrations will go through your website, correct, Bill?
Yep.
Yeah.
And if we want to do that, I will generate a press announcement. We can circulate that on Monday, and there'll be a link. And on Monday, February 2nd, I guess what we need to think about, while tickets are unlimited, there are only going to be 200 of these.
Yeah.
And maybe we should probably talk about that, Jason.
Yep.
Is there a limit per class? Is it open to whomever if there are 40 cars that want to run Class X? So we'll talk about that. But I think we could certainly in the next 21 days,
Kelvin.
I will beef up. I will beef up our. We work with a company called Tix.com. They're very good at what they do, but we may want to. I don't know how many people are going to hit this site at the same time to try to get an entry into this.
400.
So how many? 400.
400 trying to
So-
get 200 tickets.
Yeah. So we'll be. Well, I assure you, we'll be ready for that and can accommodate that. But yeah. So I would say in February.
Yeah, Kelvin Nelson makes a good point. Would it be possible to delay it when people aren't at sick week?
That is a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. Calvin, we will certainly. Calvin has. He also said less rolling resistance. Heavier things don't fall faster. And that. I remember that in 1986 from a high school physics class. But in any case, yeah, I think we can certainly work around that to make sure that we want to hit everybody so everybody can get into this thing.
Well,
there's a
yeah.
couple
Let's
people
talk
here
about
talking about
dates.
it.
Yeah. So yeah,
what about
we'll, so February 2nd is the drivers meeting at 8:00 for a sick week. So yeah, we'll the dates for the event right now are the 5th through the 9th of May.
That's awesome.
So I probably
That
should
weather
have
would be perfect. Well,
Yeah.
that's okay.
here's
Jason-
what's happening.
Jason and I will collaborate this week, and by Monday we will have an on sale date for Turn and Burn.
That's awesome. Yeah, didn't mean to put y'all on the spot for that one, but that's
And yes, you did, and yet you did.
if the folks are asking, we're asking.
The people want to know.
Yeah.
We can thank Calvin.
Well,
Right.
remember this idea started in August, and Bill's putting his schedule together, and I'm going, "Hey, can we do this?" So
Nice. Yeah.
I did
if
feel a
I'm-
little disruptive.
if I'm looking right at the schedule, which I posted the link to earlier, that's one of your first events of the year, right? To kind of help kick off the season and all that.
For Summit Motorsports Park.
Yes.
Yeah, we
That's awesome.
open. Our opening weekend is in April 10, 11, and 12. We run some Friday Test and Tunes, some Edelbrock Super Series races, but May 5, 9 will be our first major event of the 26 race season.
How cool! Look at what you did, Jason.
Well, let's see how that sounds after the event. When I hear this, look at what you did, Jason.
Hey,
We got to
we've
keep
lived
the tone positive.
yeah, we've lived that life, and we're south here. I'm in Arkansas, but our home track is Tulsa Raceway Park, so we
Okay.
host events out of there. So yeah, by May we're sweating. You guys it'll be beautiful up there. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what's cool? That time of year, we have elevator shaft air. Corrected altitude will be around sea level. Cars will fly um, in May. So, and it'll be very, what's the word I want to use? Very mild in May. So,
Wow.
and throw on a Mickey hoodie and enjoy the sunshine and the crystal blue sky. And the other thing I want to comment on, it's been a few years since we have launched an inaugural event or have been part of an inaugural launch. And this has been fun. I think sometimes in bracket racing, everybody gets all excited. They come to the track. It's been a long, cold winter. They get all excited. They unload their car. They make a couple runs. They get into eliminations, and they're 002, dead two, fourth out package, and they're on the trailer in round one. And I think bracket racing has become so incredibly competitive. And I think somewhere along the line, we forgot that we were supposed to be having fun. And everything about this event has been joyful. The brainstorming, when Jason unveiled it at PRI, this conversation, and it's really cool to be part of something that's an inaugural that is just oozing with smiles and laughter and fun.
Well, and one of the biggest things that, like Devin Vanderhoof was talking the other day, he feels drag and drive racing is the grassroots. That's where a lot of people are headed, simply because it's just like you said earlier. You spend 30 seconds in your car over a weekend. That's tough. Like in a drag and drive, 30 seconds ain't gonna get us out of the parking lot. We're gonna spend 7, 8, 9 hours maybe a day in that thing. We're gonna be tired of it instead of looking for that next opportunity. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I mean, most people started off drag racing in a car that they drove on the street.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and again, I remember fondly going out on test and tune nights, and I mean, Bill, I'm sure doesn't remember this, but back in the '90s, me and my buddies would get together and rent Norwalk. So I mean, and it just we'd go up and have a great time, and it wasn't about trying to have a 009 package. It was about, hey, let's see how fast I can get my car to go.
Yep.
So I mean,
I don't even know what 009 package means.
Yeah. Well,
it's a very narrow.
It's
it's a very finite amount of time that can either. It's the ABC Wide World of Sports: thrill of victory, agony of defeat. Remember the downhill, and depending on which side of that wind light you're on. And again, this will be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a blast. So to recap, Mickey Thompson Turn and Burn at Summit Motorsports Park, powered by SICTA Magazine, May 5th through 9th. If you guys look up in the chat earlier, I dropped the link to the actual event on the summitmotorsportspark.com page. You can find all the details there, how the classes work, what, as soon as tickets are available, I'm sure they'll be on that link.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff. Get over there, start following this pretty hard, because I think this event's going to sell out as quick as anything else does. I mean, you're looking at minutes here, 200 racers. Is that what the cap is?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Is there a Sick Ward style, just come hang out, drive along with us ticket?
We haven't actually talked about that. And it's a great idea. So we're going to add that to our list of discussion items.
Nice.
It's again, this thing, it's really cool because, again, I can have an idea in the middle of the night and I write it on my notepad and I call Bill in the morning. Hey, I got this idea. And, and then I go, I should probably ask my boss if this is okay to do. So, but it's really cool because, again, you've got Mickey Thompson, you got Summit Motorsports Park, you got SICTA Mag. We're kind of spitballing. You got ideas coming in from different areas and we're spitballing all this stuff. So, a Sick Ward is certainly something that we should talk about. I mean, I think that that's something I can do. I can do that. I mean, so,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, let's have some fun. And it's, I can't be more excited about this and more excited about the opportunity. sometimes I can't believe that, again, that this is actually happening. So I'm super pumped. And again, from the Mickey Thompson standpoint, let's help some people out with our tires, understand our tires a little bit. So we'll have that technical aspect at the beginning of the event. And let's help grow the motorsport by bringing people in that wouldn't normally come out, but they want to come out and have a good time and check this stuff out. See some really fast cars, hang out with some great people in the pits, and see some great entertainment, and get some ice cream. I mean, I can't forget that. I mean,
one thing I just thought of. So typical drag and drive rules, like to where people can, where they won't pit with their car, or will they be able to pit with their truck and trailer?
So we've talked about that a little bit, and with it being at one track, we really do not want to have. We want to try to keep the rules tight on that end, but not over the top. So you're not going to have access to your trailer. Okay, so you'll have your drag and drive trailer that you pull behind your car, but what we'll do is your trailer is going to be at the racetrack that we're going to be at. So we'll find a place to put the trailers. If you have a toter home and you want to stay in your toter home, that's fine. But we'll probably put some kind of plastic lockout thing on your trailer, so if you get into it, it opens it up. But if you want to stay in your toter home, Bill said there's camping spots available. There's pit spots. Again, that's another benefit to this type of event, right? You're not packing your stuff up every morning. And I don't not mind that all the time, but hey, this will be nice. If you get a hotel, you can stay in one place the whole week. You're not carrying your luggage with you in your race car when you're going to these couple destinations that we're going to go check out.
Right. JWire, one of our sponsors here, says this might have been mentioned, but are ice cream scoops being given for trophies?
Yeah, look at Bill. We've talked about somehow doing something cool with the trophies. We haven't figured it out yet. But cool. I think
Jay and I were on the phone. Go ahead.
It is being we are looking at all options, so I won't rule it out. Typically, we have reserved those for one event a year, but that is the number one. The only time we hand out ice cream scoops is at the Summit Racing Equipment NHRA Nationals, and part of the reason they're so sought after is because there are so few. We only issue 15 a year. And I remember Erica Enders came up one time and said, I'd like to order a duplicate trophy. And I said, I'm sorry, Erica, we don't do that. There's one. Wow. and so they are in very, very short supply. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
we can get you an ice cream cone as a trophy, but you better eat it quick.
Right. There you go. Okay, well, let us thank some sponsors real quick. If you guys are able to, please hang out for a second. I want to kind of talk about some other stuff in track and drag racing and all that stuff. If y'all are cool with it, I want to say thanks to Molly Motorsports for being on board here with us. We appreciate them and all the cool stuff they do for us. And then, of course, our race car friends, guys, as we move into the second half of the show here, hit the share button. Let all the folks that haven't seen this yet come in and see this as we begin to kind of talk about some of the other fun stuff that these guys do on a daily basis. And then, of course, our sponsors, can't thank them enough for all the stuff that they do for us. Summit Racing, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, JWire Solutions, who's in the comments over here, AFCO Racing Products, Performer Built Transmissions, Car Change 3D, and of course, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. The one thing that we have to do all of that is our race car friends. So just want to say thanks everybody for being here tonight. We appreciate it. Again, it's going to be a great show. And then thank you for everything that you guys do all the time. Our race car friends really kind of make this world go round. I'll tell you that much. And our sponsors, man, without these folks, we couldn't do this. I mean, Eric and I are sitting here talking like 15 events we're going to be attending this year. That stuff doesn't come inexpensively, and equipment that we're purchasing, hiring Brian to do editing, Joe to help us keep posts going and all that kind of stuff. All that, is because of these guys. So if you're shopping, we would appreciate if you drop over and see some of these folks here. Summit Racing, of course, title sponsor here of the show and news. Deechworks, the official fuel delivery of Drag Drive Repeat. So if you're looking for fuel stuff, they're your guys. Mark Campbell, certified badass 850 racer, coming to give Brian Acton a run for his money at the circuit 2026. Molly Motorsports, best pistons in the game. Obviously, those guys are not just piston providers and super knowledgeable guys. They are also drag and drive racers. Driven Racing Oil, pistons and oil, that all kind of goes together. DDR10 discount code on Driven Racing Oil. And they have like 4 new lines of oil that have come out in the last few days. So they're one of our guests in February as well to talk through some of the changes that they've got. Howard's Cam's back on board for 2026. Our boy Luke B, all kind of valve train stuff going on over there. J-Wire Solutions, talked to Jay last night, got him out of doing some dishes. So you're welcome, dude. You're welcome. And sorry, I apologize about that. AFCO Racing Products back here for 2026. Shocks, radiators, all that kind of cool stuff. Performer-built transmissions on last week. Yeah. Wow. It feels like so long ago. Last week with Ryan Snyder on here talking about all the cool stuff's going on in transmission technology. Car Change 3D. I know you guys are building stuff. You need these dashes that Corey puts out. And of course, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Again, just do some shopping over there. See those guys. Say hi to them. Say thank you for their support of not just Drag Driver P, but of the Drag and Drive community.
Like this show? Want more? Then head to WatchPTTV.com, the new 100% free PowerTube TV streaming network. Home of the best classic and new motorsports racing and build shows on the web.